Well, that's just great. Now my TV show is going to have tons of bugs and glitches. Roll commercials. I mean, kids. I mean, Rick on Stark School of Running Away from Things. I mean, damn you, Bethesda. You glitched my YouTube channel too.
It's the party. Let's just focus on the party.
Yeah, but it's a child's birthday party, and these adults were obviously hiding inside and watching TV to escape the mob of gremlins on a sugar high. Don't rob them of their sanctuary.
Why the hell is Cooper Howard working kids' birthday parties?
If you pay them enough, you can get famous people to do all kinds of things. For instance, someone keeps paying Vin Diesel to ruin my life.
What'd they say, Dad?
I'm lucky to have such a good helper like you.
Lying fathers.
And if the cloud is smaller than you thought, now you run for the hills.
And what if the bomb drops on a prairie with no hills? What then, oh wise sage? Where do you run to? Here's a sin for giving incomplete advice.
Is it your thumb or mine?
The staging of the scene, the delivery of her line, and the way Tegan Meredith is shaking all gives me chills. Crap, I think one of our sins is about to fall out. Stealing from one of the most iconic episodes of The Twilight Zone. That's entirely too many nukes. Have some decorum. Have some class. One Tsar Bomba would have done the job.
My reproductive organs are intact, my hygiene well maintained.
How I imagine women in Texas will soon introduce themselves to prospective partners in another few years. And they'll have such stylish red dresses and white bonnets. I can't wait.
Oh gosh. After 10 years of cousin stuff, I'm definitely excited for the real thing.
10 years of cousin stuff. Ella Purnell isn't my bride in this scene.
When did it go away?
The moment I met your mother.
Show refuses to elaborate on how he met her mother for 9 seasons before culminating in a lackluster ending that audiences will hate for years to come.
Messing around with your cousin, it's all well and good for kids, but it's not a sustainable long-term sexual practice, you know?
Building your vault in Kentucky. That's right, I went for the easy hack joke. Come at me. Though, referencing Wikipedia, it is legal to marry your first cousin in a surprising amount of states. Hey, look, I found the actual sin.
So what's your sperm count?
You're asking this now? Right in front of his salad?
To keep the candle of civilization lit while the rest of the world has been cast into darkness.
This line isn't followed up with an America! F yeah!
Let's dance. Hit it.
Saying, let's dance, hit it, only to immediately play a slow song. When you say those words, your first selection needs to be an absolute bop, and then you can transition to a slow song. See, Mom and Dad, that $50,000 in tuition at DJ College wasn't a waste after all.
Show me to my new home.
Thinking that everything is yours immediately after marriage. My friend's wife informed him, right after they returned from their honeymoon, that those are no longer his pizza rolls. Is he still happy? Yes. Does he buy the 100-count bags now? Also yes. These fluffy pillow covers. Do you want to wake up every night with a sweaty face for the rest of your life? The pillow surface is supposed to be ice cold.
Well?
Spooky, sure, but did the Raiders kill this guy and then prop his stiff body in the chair and then take his leg? I have so many questions about the sequence of events that led to this death.
From the surface.
In a fallout shelter, wouldn't you think there'd be Geiger counters just constantly monitoring radiation levels in every room? How is Geiger management not priority 1 around here? Nope, I'm sorry. I don't care how tough living on the surface makes you. Nobody recovers that quickly from a dick punch. It's just science. Getting distracted by an alarm in the middle of killing someone. Wait, you're supposed to leave that in, I think. Or is that only with arrows? Suffice it to say, if anyone stabbed me with anything bigger than a splinter, I'm dying. No way that knife is sharp enough or that wall is soft enough to hold that guy up. Abandoning your melee weapon for a gun with 5 shots. Even after I get a gun in Fallout, I still use melee weapons 9 out of 10 times.
Get that jelly mold out of here!
Hilarious. But I'm still saying it because this is clearly a shouting run for your lives situation. Otherwise, they might just figure that the guests had finally come to their senses and no longer wanted jelly molds.
Sir, please don't make me use force.
Watching your Vault family die when you could have stopped everything by using the Force. This excellent 2-knife jump that somehow only results in a single shoulder wound. Deus Ex Machina. That's entirely too many pickles. Who's going to eat all those pickles? This is a picklepocalypse. When did they start rounding up people opposed to wantonly slaughtering them? Did we miss the set raiders to stun command?
Everyone knows who I am.
Forgetting to include the audience in your indefinite pronouns. Also, if everyone knew, they probably wouldn't have invited you to a wedding so you could slaughter everybody.
You look like your mother.
Being surprised when a child looks like one of their parents.
Maybe you should do what you do best. Run and hide.
Wait. So the villain's plan was to make the overseer choose between his people and his daughter. He chose his daughter, and then the villain just let the vault dwellers run to safety anyway? What kind of plan was this?
We are the finders and the preservers.
Yeah, I tried that same logic in court when the Nintendo police arrested me for my ROM collection. It didn't hold up. There's gotta be a better way than this to get a perp sketch. You're telling me they don't have access to a fax? They have power armor.
Well, shit isn't going anywhere.
Well, technically it's just an empty hole. The is still in the tires. Character is saved by a hero in a metal suit and grows up wanting to be just like them cliché. Look, it happened to both The Mandalorian and Pacific Rim, so I'm counting it. Shooting bricks because you somehow don't have the cognitive expertise to create a ball. Breaking the tire toilet so the next person has to shit with their bare ass cheeks on the tire rubber. Not putting a layer of gauze over your stitches. Don't come crying to me when your vault suit catches on them and snags and infection sets in. Actually, do come crying to me. I'll enjoy the confirmation of my rightness.
They don't want to find Dad. If they did, they wouldn't get to be in charge.
This seems like as good a time as any to sin politicians. All of them. Collectively. No one in the whole vault hears this alarm and comes to check on the elevator. Their one critical gap in security. Damn it, Norm. You had one job.
I'm too chicken. Thanks.
Confusing survival instincts for cowardice. Okay, fine. The visuals, sets, and effects for the show are fantastic. They nailed everything from costumes to Easter eggs to the vault to the wasteland. It's all spectacular, and this is how you adapt a video game into a television show. So go ahead, take another sin off while I'm still impressed. Scene does not contain a ruined Statue of Liberty for Lucy to fall to her knees and cry over. Well, you went full Indiana Jones 4, and you never go full Indiana Jones 4.
You're aware of their injury?
Yes.
Do you know who did it?
No.
Excellent use of applause to make your response seem untruthful for no reason.
I didn't do it. I did not.
Stealing your dialogue from Tommy Wiseau.
Violence against a brother of steel is a sign of weakness.
Well, then it's a good thing for Maximus. This violence was committed against a non-binary individual since they qualify as neither a brother nor a sister of steel. And yes, I just used my woke skills to absolve the character from a possible crime. I contain multitudes.
And I'd be grateful to the Brotherhood for giving my life meaning.
Thinking a cult will give your life meaning. Trust me, I've joined a few different ones, mostly through sex parties, and none of them help give your life meaning. They will, however, give you STDs. So there's that.
I told him you wouldn't hurt a fly.
Unless that fly was on a tire toilet, of course. Also, did Dane not realize that telling Maximus' commanding officers he's incapable of violence when it's the primary tool in their arsenal might hurt his career a little bit? This is kind of like a butcher finding out they've hired a member of PETA.
It is your most sacred duty to protect the Brotherhood. After which, it is your most sacred duty to protect the mission. After which, it is your most sacred duty to protect your Lord, Knight Titus.
After which, it is your most sacred duty to not leave bits of peanut butter in the jam or vice versa. After which, it is your most sacred duty to, for the love of God, not call me when a text would do. After which, it is your most sacred duty to not run this joke into the ground. After which, it is the editor's sacred duty to cut me off. Isn't getting branded right before a mission going to be detrimental to your performance? I can barely do my job with a hangnail.
Our mission comes from the highest clerics.
Trusting clerics to assign your missions instead of paladins or druids. Clerics always have an agenda, man.
And may the shape of the future be cut by your sword!
Telling your knights to cut the future with their swords, but then only giving them guns. Do you expect them to find their swords in the wilds? Is this a JRPG with a loot drop system?
I don't know which grave. Well, Slim, we look for the fresh one.
And what if there are multiple fresh graves? What then, huh? You're going to a cemetery, right? Odds are multiple new graves are added since people die all the time in the wasteland, right?
A feral ghoul can't abide a chicken.
Feral ghouls don't abide anything. They'll attack and kill anything they come across, chicken or otherwise. I think you need a better test, Limehouse.
Wow, is this an Amish production of the Count of Monte Cristo? Or this is the weirdest circle jerk I've ever been invited to.
I f***ing love Walton Goggins, and I'd take another cent off if he hadn't just alerted me to the fact that people send out invitations to circle jerks, and now I'm just feeling left out.
Well, that don't sound like gratitude, do it, boys? How about we put you right back in that hole?
So you dig up this badass gunslinger to help with a bounty and you threaten him within 5 minutes of meeting him? Why not mention your father worked with him? Why not, I don't know, do anything besides piss him off?
This right here was your last job.
casting the tremendous talent that is McKelty Williamson and killing him within 5 minutes. Who do you think he is, Carrie Ann Moss, an acolyte? So what's sticking out of this guy? Screwdriver, piece of wood, maybe a saw, and another baby leg. This is America. I refuse to believe that even after a nuclear holocaust, the regular guns would be hard to find. Bullets are just easier than trying to figure out how to project random objects. This isn't a gun that would exist in the apocalypse. This is a gun that would exist in a video game and Easter egged into the apocalypse, letting a perfectly good chicken go to waste. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to get farm fresh eggs in the apocalypse?
This chick got bunkered.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Howard.
Well, now, if I found that kind of money, I'd be in Mexico by now.
Okay, here's your penis.
Man, check.
Speak. I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit.
Believe it or not, I don't spend my entire day sitting around trying to memorize the f***ing numbers to my f***ing bank accounts.